Hello all, welcome back. So having seen the syntax of the loops, so we have seen with the syntax how we will do the for loop, for in loop, while loop and until loop. So now it's time for us to do certain programs. So since the documents are already open, we'll start with our discussion. So okay, so we have seen the loops and all. Now let us try to see certain programs. Maybe we will write here what are the programs we will try to see, then we will see that particular programs. Okay, so yeah, so we'll start with, okay, so we'll write the programs, then we will execute the below programs. Okay, let us start with the whatever general factorial number, uh, and then uh, okay, so like some some squares and cubes of first n natural numbers, so without using formulas actually. So n into n plus 1 by 2 and n into 2 n plus 1 by 6, n into n plus 1 2 n plus 1 by 6 for sum of squares of n natural numbers, n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square for cubes of n natural numbers, that we will see. Mm, maybe we'll see the collage sequence, so it will be very interesting. And we also see, like in the for in loop we have seen uh, the values and then strings we concatenated, but we can execute certain commands now, like list of the files you want to generate, or you want to generate certain numbers, sequences and all. So for in loops, for in loop, in this case we will try to see the commands and sequence. Okay, so let us start with actually. So factorial number, what is factorial number? Everyone knows. So factorial is like I want 5 factorial. I'll be doing 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. This is one way. Or you can also be doing 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So either way it is okay. So we can do that particular one. So we'll ask the user input and we will do in the multiple ways. Okay, so let us start with, I just say factorial dot sh, maybe factorial test dot sh, anything is okay. And whatever the bin bash, the shebang construct, and we'll ask the user, first thing in the program is uh, to write the name of the program actually. So factorial finding finding factorial of a number provided by user, right? So that is that number. So now let us assume I say enter number, so user need to enter number. Okay, so he has to enter in the same line, so I say minus n and read num. So now I have num, so let us assume it is 5 actually. I need to start with from 1 to 5 we will do, and from 5 to 1 we will do actually. So I need to start with counter 1 and need to go until the this particular number actually. So I will say counter equal to 1. So while counter, so counter less than or equal to the number. So first I will start with 1, then increment the 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So we can also do with the for loop, but we'll prefer the while loop because the intention of the for loop in the shell scripting is for in loop actually. So I will go with this. So to not to forget about the counter, first we will increment the counter, otherwise if you forget by that end of the thing, it will fall into infinite loop. Okay, so I say do done. Okay, so now let us do this one. So now I will take a variable which is whatever the fact. So fact should be, if you are multiplying it should be 1 actually. So now I need to, now I have a 1, so 1 less than or equal to 5, okay, which is true. Now I need to say whatever the fact equal to, I need to say expression uh, fact into counter. Of course this star will not work because that is taken as a meta character. We need to prepend with backslash. Okay, so now, so first it will come with 1, then 1 less than or equal to 5, so then it is true. Maybe I will write here, for since it is a first program, so let us write here. So counter will be initially 1, So it will be coming 1 less than or equal to 5, which is true, so it will come. So once it has come inside, now what we need to do, factorial, we have already the value, so which is nothing but the fact we have made it as 1, and num we made it as, assume that user entered 1. So 1 counter less than 1 true, which is true. So once it is true, it will be coming, and then it will be doing fact into counter actually. So fact into counter is nothing but fact into counter, it will be 1. So I am writing next number, next value actually. So once that is done, then we need to increment the counter. That's what we have incremented. The counter will be now 2. So once incremented, then it will check with 2 less than or equal to 5, so which is true. So now again it will come inside, and then fact equal to fact into counter actually. So fact into counter is nothing but fact into counter. So here now it will be 2. After that, counter will be incremented by 1, and then 3 less than or equal to 5, then which is true, then it will be fact into counter. So 2 into 3, it will be 6, and then it will be 4, then 4 less than or equal to 5, which is still true. Then it will be, this is 24, 6 into 4 24, then this will be 5, and 5 less than or equal to 5, which is true. Then it will come, and this it will multiply 120, and then counter is 6. Then it will come 6 less than or equal to 5, which is false actually. So instead of striking out and writing this value, I'm just writing beside. So how this value gets changed in each iteration, this is first program, and for your understanding, so I'm writing. So otherwise you can like, no, it is easily understandable. So now I have fact into whatever fact I have. Now let us assume, we will say factorial of dollar num is the whatever the result. So which we got, the 1 into 5 we have taken, and we did actually. So now we will do in a reverse way, means 5 into 4 into 2 into 1. So I have a number actually. So maybe I will take as a I will copy that number in the counter. So if I will reuse this, because now I am not using this one anymore, so I will reuse this. So I say counter equal to num. Now I need to say from 5 to 1 actually. So counter greater than equal to 1. Of course, equal to, you are doing that, so it is okay. So equal to 1, it is additionally, it is doing one more multiplication. So counter greater than or equal to, so counter is 5. So num we have initialized that one, 5 greater than or equal to 1 actually. So that's what we will do. So just 1 we will say, because anyway we need to multiply with 1 actually. Now I will take fact. So fact we will be making it as 1, because it will contain the value, and anyway I'm using, so it is uh, this we can reuse the same variable. And let us do the same thing actually. So now, but counter should be now decremented by 1, and then fact into counter. So like same thing actually. Now I have the print statement, which I will do here. So factorial of num is fact. Num will be same actually. So I don't want to modify the num, because we should not modify the given number. So let us do the factorial test. We need to do the change mode, because that is treated as a normal text file. Now if you do this, then finding provided by user. Okay, so I say 5, you can see here 5, the factorial will be 120. So that is the whatever the factorial number actually. So now let us see the second program which we have discussed, which is nothing but sum squares cubes of the first n natural numbers actually. Okay, so I say sum squares, maybe I will copy the same factorial actually, because the reading and all, no need to redo again. Sum squares cubes test. Okay, so I say sum squares cubes test, finding sum squares and cubes of first n natural numbers. So as you know that one, natural numbers will start with 1. So enter number, that is the limit. Okay, 5 means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, and 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square plus 5 square. That's what we will be doing. So that you will be doing through a program actually. So sum squares and cubes. So we will say 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus whatever the n actually. So n we will take as whatever uh, whatever the value, 5 or anything you can take, or 1 square plus 2 square, like that you can do, and 1 cube plus 3 cube, 1 plus cube plus 2 cube, and all that we will be doing. Okay, so this is number limit. I don't want all this, so I'll remove that. So I need the sum squares, means each three variable we will put actually. So sum number equal to 0, square number equal to 0, maybe square number equal to 0, cube number equal to 0. Okay, so I have which one, 0 actually. So now I need to start with 1. I will make counter is 1. So how long I need to go? I need to go with counter less than or equal to num, right? So counter is 1, right? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus, like that, including the number actually. So now let us do the sum n. So sum n is whatever the expression dollar sum n plus this number. Okay, so it is counter actually. Okay, so the square cube will be same, and then of course this one. So I just say sqrn, replaced by this cubn cube. Okay, I will say this cube. Yeah, so here this counter will be now multiplication actually. So like no, this one anyway will be 0 first, then 1 square, 1 into 1, then next time 2 into 2, or then next time 3 into 3, like that actually. So I need to do the square because the counter will be 1. So 0 initially, so 0 plus 1 into 1, then it will be 1 into 1 will be 1, then 1 plus 2 into 2, then which is nothing but uh, 5, then 5 plus 3 into 3, like that it will keep on going actually. So now if it is a cube, yes, it will be simply another star actually. Okay, so I'll just say counter, it is cube. Okay, so now let us assume this is for counter we need to increment. So I say counter because otherwise it will be falling into the infinite loop. Okay, now let us assume we will do that. We will just print sum of some squares and cubes of first what is that, first five numbers. First five numbers are, if you have taken that, is whatever this one. So sum n, and then square n, and then cube n. So let us check whether this will work or any mistake in this. Anyway, interpreter will tell us. So now I take a 5. Yeah, sum of squares is 5 plus, which is wrong actually. So uh, 1 into 2 into 5, n into n plus 1 by 2, right? So it will be 15 actually. So we have got 5, which is not right. What is this? Sum squares. Somewhere we went wrong actually. So counter is, oh, yeah, 1 less than or equal to 5. That is true. Uh, counter is, oh, okay, counter we need to increment by 1 actually. So we have did something wrong. So counter we should not be doing that like that. Okay, so now let us just retest that program. Okay, I say 5. Okay, then 5 n into n plus 1 by 2, which will be 55, and 15 square is 225. So you can cross check and you can explore more on this actually. So that is the second program what we have did. Okay, so you can cross check with formulas. Okay, so that is whatever the second program. So now let us go with the third program is collage sequence actually. So what is collage sequence? So user will enter any number, then like if the number is even actually, so it will be it will be divided by 2. If it is odd, it will be multiplied by 3 plus add 1 actually. So that's what the collage sequence. So collage sequence means if the number is even, it will divide by 2. If the number is odd, it will multiply by 3 and it will add 1. So let us assume I take a input as 6 actually. So what is the collage sequence? It will be 6, and since it is even number, divide by 2, and since it is add, 3 into 3 plus 1, which is 10, and again even like that 5, it will ultimately come 8 4 2 1 actually. So let us test. 15 plus 1 is 16, and then 8, and then 4, then 2, then 1. So like that, this is the collage sequence for the 8 actually. So let us 6, so let us assume take 9 actually. So then what it will happen, 9 3 27 plus 1 is 28, then it will become 14, then it will be 2, 21 22, then 11, then 34, then 34 17. So 17, and then it is 23 51 52, then 26, then 13. So it will be keeping on going. So 13, after 13 to 39 40, then 20, then 10, then 5, 5 15 16, then 8, then 4, and 2, then 1. So hopefully this should be right. So otherwise we'll cross check this one. So like no, n into, if n is even, multiply, like no, divide by 2, then odd, 3 into n plus 1. So that is the collage sequence formula actually. So you can refer more on that. So let us do that. So now I say vi collage sequence. Okay, so now if I just, you can do whatever, user bin bash or user bin environment bash or bin bash, whatever it is. So we need to first print this one, whatever the collage sequence program, collage sequence for user entered input, right? So that is the collage sequence, and I will say enter, maybe minus n, enter number. So read number. Okay, so why now, what I need to do, how long I need to go? So while the number is equal to 1, like no, not equal to 1, you need to keep on doing that actually. So this is the end. Okay, so not equal to 1 you will be doing. So what you will be doing, first we need to find the remainder. So how we will find the remainder? So remainder is expression dollar num modulus 2. If the remainder is 0, remainder equal to 0, okay, then you know that one, what will be the number actually. So the number will be so same number I am doing. So number equal to expression, so I am reusing the same number actually. Okay, so maybe we need to print this particular number first actually. So I say echo minus n, because 6 means you need to print 6 first actually. So I just say echo dollar num, and then space, of course. Okay, so now I did this one. Okay, now if the number, if you want you can back up this, but I don't feel so. Number, if it is remainder equal to 0 means even number, then I need to divide by 2. Okay, so I say by 2, right? And if it is else, it is odd number actually. So odd number means num equal to expression dollar num multiplication into 3, and then since meta character you should not do that, so I need to prepend with backslash. Okay, so now I will keep on modifying the number like that actually, and number not equal to 1, then it will be keep on printing that. Okay, so let us check that one. uh, Chain mode u plus x collage sequence. Now I have collage sequence, so I will check with 6 actually. Okay, so after this we need to give whatever the echo, because it has to give the input the next line. Okay, so let us do that collage sequence. So if you see 6 3, we are missing one actually. So one we need to print the one also. Okay, so it is not like we need to ignore that. So we need to print that one. So then only it will be true. So now I say 6, then it will be 6 3, 10 5 16 8 4 2 1, which is right. So now let us try for 9. Okay, so it will be whatever the number, 9 28 14 17 22. So I hope we have did that one correctly, the correction, otherwise this will be the right thing. So anyway, you can explore on this. So this is whatever the collage sequence. So we can you can do more experiments on that, and few more programs we'll see going forward, like in the loop control statement we'll see couple of programs, functions we'll see couple of programs like that. Okay, so we will do with the for in loop commands and sequence. That's what we thought. Okay, so now for in, like commands, for in test I will say. Okay, this is anyway not there, so bin bash. Okay. So command, as I said, like no, let us assume I want to list the files actually. So how we will do? We know that one. How we will list the files? So I can say ls actually. So if I want to execute this, I need to like let us assume result equal to ls. I can say, and then echo dollar result. It will give me whatever the list of this particular one, and I will put this one in for loop, and I will just say one, the file name, file 1, file 2, file 3, like that. I will print the file name. I am not doing anything here, just printing the file name actually. Okay, so that's what we will see now. You can extend this program for that actually. So now let us assume I want to for like file, maybe for file in let us assume you can do like this actually. So we'll do in multiple ways. So I need to say whatever we will print the file. Okay, and then we will give the space also, echo minus n. So done. So this is one way. Let us do the change mode u plus x for in loop for in test. Okay, so if you give this one, it has given me, of course, this dollar it has given, it is not given in the next loop actually. So now this is one thing. Now if I have the command actually, so let us assume ls output, I will say whatever this is, you can do in multiple ways. Now we will do with one file name like that actually. So I say ls output. Okay, dollar ls output, and then I'll take a counter also. File 2, so echo, I'll say file number is file number not needed, file 1 is, file 2 is, like that we will do. File 1 is dollar file. Okay, done, that's it. Okay, so I am taking the output of ls. I am doing this is mostly both are same. Here you will not giving number, but you are in all one line you are printing. But here what you are doing is you are doing one file like that, two like that you are doing. There is no much big difference actually. So if you see this one, file 1, everything is file 1, which is not right. We need to increment the counter actually. So I say expression dollar counter plus 1. Okay, so file 8 it is given actually 3 4 5 6 7 8. So if you can also do so many things, like for each file you want to do word count or whatever you want, you can do. Of course we will also see with for loop, for in loop, I want to do a sequence actually. So let us see the sequence command on the command line, then we will take into the for loop. If I have sequence 10, it will print 1 to 10 actually. Okay, so if I say this is the limit actually. If I say I don't want to print from 1, I want to print from 5, let us assume you can say from 5. Okay, if I want not like this actually, I want from 1 to 20, but in increments of 3, or increments of 2, assume that odd numbers actually. So no, you can say like this. So 1, this is the start, this is the this is the step, and this is the stop actually. So that's what this one, this will be, of course including this. So same thing you have in python, but it is excluding, but here it is in shell scripting, it is including. So this is sequence generation. So if you don't want that, you want in the same line, you can also do the same actually. So I say 1 to 30, right? Then it is generated you the sequence. So if you put this one entire thing, I want a sequence like this, odd numbers, you can just say like this, and then echo dollar result, then it will give you all the odd numbers actually. So anyway you can do. So even you can take a counter and increment and all you can do. So if you want sum of n numbers like that, all these you can also generate the sequence actually. So that's what the use of this. So now I will just say for in um, for in test, right? So that's what we had. Okay, now maybe I will directly use uh, for number, right? Or for sequence, it doesn't matter. In, I just say I will use this one. I want to print odd numbers actually. So I say mm, odd number. I want to sum it. You can also sum 1 to 20, and then 1 to 2, like 20 actually. So I will just say the limit is 20, maybe start is 1, because directly you should not hard code. So and then step is whatever the 2. Okay, so I will just use the start uh, step and then limit, right? And then to echo, I'll just print this one actually, odd number. I'll just say echo minus n, do done, and echo. Let us check on this whether it will work as expected for in test. Okay, so but it has not given you spaces and all actually. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to add like this, or complete thing you can put in a string actually. Okay, so like that you will be doing. So if you want to sum this particular number, you can just say sum is 0, whatever. Sum is echo, not echo, expression, sum plus odd number. You can do multiple things actually. So sum of, I can say sum of numbers is dollar sum, right? So sum of numbers is 100 actually. So 19, 36, 51, then 64, 75, 85, 9500. Okay, so you can test on this. So this is what we planned, this one. So this is for in loop commands and sequence. So we also seen a command called sequence, which will generate whatever the desired numbers. If you want more information on that, you just say man sequence, then print a sequence of numbers. You can give more information, last, first, and all. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the session. So the next part is the loop control statement. So we'll see that one in the next session. So if you have any question, you can put into the comment section. So thanks for listening. So we see you in the next video. Bye for now.